Oh, it's the podcast. Have you seen there's Jewish fellas in tunnels?
Yeah, lads. I mean, it's
What a start to the year.
the boys down underground.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Did you come in with that in your pocket? Because
good stuff.
if you did, you should have emptied out your pockets before you came on the pod. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Is there a better one? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Ninjas. What's a ninju? You know what I mean?
It's a Jew who really likes the 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails. Sorry.
9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails is a couple of friends of mine from my music days who would play violin and guitar covers in pubs, and they were both called Nile, and they called themselves the 9 Inch Nails.
That's pretty good.
It's a good name, but they didn't actually
name.
cover that band very often. I don't think I know any 9 Inch Nails songs.
You know what? I think I know that Rick Rubin was their producer, and they early 90s they had a big fucking album, but it was a bit kind of, I think they were a bit moany, you know what I mean?
I need to fix whatever is going on in my head that means
racism.
No, I've got none of that. That I've got every time someone says Rick Rubin, my brain goes woo, and then I go nope.
That's Ric Flair.
Yeah,
right. And the thing is, Rick Rubin, the famous music producer with a big long fucking beard, God looking. He looks like God.
Yep.
He loves professional wrestling.
He loves wrestling so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big wrestle man.
So he would love that you're conflating him with Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, that would probably fill
the
him
nature
with joy.
boy, Ric Flair.
Yeah, I was watching Rick Rubin on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about. Have you seen him talk about when there was his house burnt down?
Nah.
No.
I mean, no,
Mate,
I haven't.
It's his missus wakes up and goes to the window and goes, "There's a fire, we need to get out." And then, or she just says, "There's a fire," and Rick Rubin just goes and just turns over and goes back to sleep.
No way.
Because he was like, "She'll sort it."
And also, I'm surprised Rick Rubin's shagging anyone. I don't know why I thought he was monkish.
A sexless man?
Kind of, yeah.
No, I feel like he's fucking.
No, you're probably right now that I think of it, because a lot of these fucking wise people have the hardest cocks on earth, don't they? These kind of. Yeah,
Can you give me more examples of wise people with hard cocks?
The Dalai Lama.
Well,
yeah. Everyone who's ever kind of inspired any kind of a spiritual following.
Was Buddha fucking?
Oh, what? Buddha's one of the most.
Jesus wasn't fucking.
What?
Was Jesus fucking a bit?
I mean,
Mary Magdalene? Was he fucking Mary Magdalene?
If you really think about it, obviously he was telling everyone that he wasn't shagging and as mam's a virgin and everything. But think of it. You're hanging.
I don't shag so much. Even my mum doesn't shag.
That's how much.
What about that?
That much. I'll tell you how much of a virgin I am. My mother didn't even have sex to have me. That's how much of a loser I am.
It's a gold star virgin.
Yeah. No, but so he was obviously hanging around with Mary Magdalene all the time. Obviously people are like, he's shagging. He's like, obviously not. But it's yeah, of course he's shagging. Especially her. She's a hooker. So she's going to be.
Is that not prejudice?
What?
You can hang out with sex workers and not bonk them.
I've never done it. I've never managed to do it.
Have you hung out with sex workers?
One. Had a really traumatizing time, and I'm not going to go into it. I mean, I hung out with her as in I paid.
Employed? You employed her.
Was fucking.
You bought her wares.
Absolutely, I was adding to the Amsterdam economy. But anyway, I'm not going to go into
red light. You're not going to go into it.
No, I
I'm
can
not
go.
Well,
I can go into
you
it.
You red light districted, because I went there and was so horrifically uncomfortable. And I was with my girlfriend at the time, but we was just walking through the red. You just go to see it, and you're just like, I don't think this is a nice place. You know,
it's certainly not a place where joy and happiness springs from. It seems, it obviously is. It's as seedy as be Jesus. But the first time I was there in Amsterdam, me and my friend, we were going around and we were just in our heads. It's we're young. We're like, hey, this is just something you do. You go to Amsterdam and you fall in love.
You bang a whore
and you fall in love with a woman in a window. That's what happens.
How much is that woman in the window? The one with the big juicy tits.
The one with the protruding clit. Anyway, going around, we were kind of nervous or whatever. Anyway, I finally get to this one, and
what was it about her?
She was tanned, and she had black hair, and I thought she looked like exotic and beautiful. And I saw her looking around, and I was like, I think perhaps she's in love with me. I think perhaps she loves me for who I am. So I said, so I goes in anyway, and anyway, so it's all about you do a little haggle. So I says, and now we're pretty, myself and my friend now we're full as a boot at this stage. We're loaded. So I just goes in, and it's like 50 quid. I says to her. She goes, yeah, grand. And I goes, well, that was bloody easy. So anyway, we go upstairs, and anyway, turns out 50 quid just kind of gets it. So she's like 50 quid, and then we were doing a little like kind of feeling around, and then she was like, well, that's all you get for 50 quid. I was like, you scorpion woman, you don't love me at all, and then there's literally like there's some pimp like in the cupboard like who can like sticks a little gun out of the thing, He was like, and I like, yeah, just like in James Bond, like gold finger comes out with a thing. And but anyway, we ended up whatever. I was drunk and nervous at the time. Like I was a very I would be very fragile and nervous sexually anyway. So I didn't know what I was doing, putting myself in this situation. So anyway, we're getting down to things. Anyway, I just can't get it up. I'm just too anxious with the whole situation. She's not being loving. She's in no way treating me like the King of France. It's just everything was just so clearly transactional and clinical, which of course is the nature of the thing. But for God's sake, act, woman. Put on a show. Is that not the big part of being a sex worker? Is being like, I love you, baby.
Yeah,
I've always loved you.
I feel like that's more. I think that comes into the realms of escort.
Right.
I feel like a window woman is just there to provide a purely physical service.
Right.
Just to milk.
I expected too much.
You're just there to be milked, I think.
And lad, I swear to God, this is the worst thing.
Was she giving it a good go?
Oh no, she had a good go now. Being far too kind to this one now. She wouldn't work to warm herself. If there was work in the bed, she'd sleep on the floor. But so she was there,
and there is work in the bed.
That's the only place there's work. And she was there on the floor, fucking playing Angry Birds. But so she just starts. Right, she's acting. First of all, so right, I'm just soft, and now I'm nervous. I'm like, and in that point, I need to be caressed and told I'm a good boy and it's going to be okay and don't worry, because I'm already feeling in my head, I'm like, oh no,
a deep shame.
Yeah, I'm like, my father was right about me, I'm no good. And then so next thing she's like this, what is this going on, things like that. I'm like, sometimes I get nervous, and then she was like, come on, time's only. And then she just starts kind of starts yanking.
She puts a shot clock on it.
That's right, yeah, 100%. So now I'm like fucking, Steph Curry, there's 30 seconds left.
The crowd are there, 5, you're just buying time, you're just dribbling it out.
Yeah.
You're telling your teammates to get out of the way. So you're Jeremy Lin, waving off LeBron.
Yeah, everyone get out of the way. This is all me. So then she's like this, and then she's just kind of pulling it like this, and then she goes, I swear to God, I'll never forget, she just goes, come on. She was like, cough it up. As if my cock had lungs. As if, like, I was just, my cock was just going to go.
But the balls are the lungs of the cock.
Huh?
The balls are the lungs of the cock.
Lungs?
I think so.
Is that like a medical term?
It's a cum lung.
Right, it's a cum lung. That's what.
He's not here. He's not here today.
He's a cum-filled testicle.
He's a cum-filled testicle.
Well, they are all cum-filled, a long testicle. Anyway, so she's there coughing
but
up.
But they kind of like, I think that's what exhales out of the, That's why I'm thinking.
So she's there, cough it up.
Cough it up is so aggressive, isn't it?
That's right.
Why does it sound like she's fucking like in a gangster movie? Why does she sound like she's in the cast of Bugsy Malone? Like, cough it up, Mikey.
Cough it up, buddy. You're overdue.
The jig is up.
You owe money all over town, buddy.
Cough it up.
And we heard you tried it on with Curly's wife. Now cough it up. before you get the wrong side of my knuckles,
You really
buddy.
mixed your pieces of literature there. Curly's wife is
From A Mice and
Mice and Men.
I know, yeah.
It's a crossover episode that nobody saw coming.
Yeah. But I feel like it could also be like a gangster at that time. He's like, Curly.
Yeah.
Curly runs down 5th Street.
Yeah, he hangs out with Tallulah.
He hangs out with Tallulah.
At the burlesque bar.
Runs a dice game down on 5th Street.
Now you better cough it up. Otherwise you're going to get cream pied.
Yeah.
It works. The metaphor works.
It does. It works perfectly. So she was telling me to cough it up, cough up the cum, and then it was one of the most deeply unromantic things I've heard. And so then I was just like, after a while, I was just like, you know what? Let's just forget about that.
Let's just be friends.
Yeah, let's just play Scrabble. Few snakes and ladders in here. Maybe we could have a game. So anyway, then I just kind of left in disgrace, and I was out on the streets then, and I was just, I was very I was rattled by the whole thing.
Of course.
And then of course you're thinking in your head, I'm
well, there's some kind of thing of like, you feel like as a man you should be able to do that sort of thing, because that's, like you said earlier, it's like it's what you do when you go to Amsterdam. If you're a lad, you go to Amsterdam and you bang a whore, and then but if you're not capable and you're like, oh, maybe I'm not a lad, maybe I'm not the lad I once thought I was.
That's what I was like. Now at that stage I had plenty history of having willy issues, but I did feel like I was just like, I just felt kind of a little violated and dirty, and then it comes into your mind, like where you're from and your parents from, and you're like, I'm a scum, I'm shit on a shoe, I'm a sewer dweller, I'm a teenage Juten Tiro turtle,
I belong in the sewers with all the acidic juice.
I should be crawling under the tunnels of New York,
and appearing from grates.
Yeah.
It's the funniest videos of all time.
It's incredible. But so then I found my friend, and I was like,
and he'd gone into a different window?
He'd found a different angel, and had his way with it. But he had a great time. He's like, oh, that was class. He's like, how was it for you? And I was like, not good.
Not good?
No.
He might have been lying, though. This is bravado writ large. This could be toxic masculinity across the board.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of things that men pretend to enjoy because we think all other men think it's important.
Yeah, big time. But I was rattled, I was shook, and I said never again. And I haven't.
Never again shall you pay for anything.
No way.
It takes the joy out of it.
No, and they don't love you at all. They haven't, no way. But there's no way you've come close to anything like that, have you? No.
I think, I don't, what's the exact number of women I've spent the evening with?
Women you've
bedded.
Well, women you've had.
Oh God!
Women that have been had by Angelone.
I don't have.
Definitely after someone sleeps with you.
I borrow.
I know women have just been, as soon as that's over, they're like, I've been fucking had there now. I have been had by Angelone. And you're there with your train conductor's hat on doing a little dance.
It's like they just look like somebody at the end of an episode of Undercover Boss. They're just like, I should have known.
Yeah.
We've been absolutely, or when Gordon Ramsay sneaks. Have you seen Gordon Ramsay's costumes when he attends restaurants undercover?
No.
It's the fucking wildest shit I've ever seen. I won't get it, but Google Gordon Ramsay's things. But I think we went on a big diversion there, but I think we should get back to the core of the issue, which is that there's Jewish fellas underground.
That's right.
And that's important to note, that is no longer, like, it's such a bad day for anti-conspiracy theorists, isn't it? Where you're just like, no, everything you're saying is crazy, and then fucking one of those hats just pops out from the pavement, and the curly hair, and you're just like, well, it's a coincidence. It could have been anybody under there.
But you would start thinking, I would start thinking, if I saw that, I'd be like, Mike, your brain is so racist that you are now conjuring conspiracies that Jewish people are underground
I'm a very
in New York.
powerful dreamer.
Yeah.
And I have dreamed of Hasidic Jews appearing from the cracks in the pavement. But my favorite part of it, have you heard about the guy on Twitter who had been
Elon
tweeting
Musk.
he'd been tweeting for like 6 months saying there are people speaking Hebrew in my apartment.
Oh yeah.
And I know you don't believe me, but I promise it's happening, and I don't know what's going on. And everyone was like, "Man, go to the doctor. You've got schizophrenia." But it turned out
He was
one of the tunnels was underneath his house, and there was just a fucking bar mitzvah going on in his basement.
But like, I love the idea that the boys were like just stopping on like halfway through the tunnels just for like a big. But they said to the guy, I wanted a good deal. He said no, and then just right under the apartment. Yeah. It is mad.
What do you think's happening
with the boys?
What's happening under the tunnels? What's in there?
Well, I just think
I like the fellas who are like, there's no tunnels, and everyone's going.
But what about
what about the tunnel?
Though? The tunnel that we can all see, and they're like, there is no tunnel. You know the Jedi mind trick?
Yeah, they're doing.
There is no tunnel. What do I think? Well, sure, they've just found a way. They're just trying to avoid the traffic.
Sinai mind trick. Sorry, I was trying to do a pun on Jedi mind trick that was Jew.
Yeah.
That wasn't Jedi mind trick. But Sinai. I've gone for Sinai mind trick. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
It's a mountain in that area.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't a clue what you're talking about, but someone will.
Mount Sinai, that's for
the
Jesus.
The great thing about the internet is you can throw out jokes that are very obscure and someone will get it and call you
I was
genius.
getting a lot of credit for Alonzo Mourning on the Have a Word quiz, which is a reference that I said it to you before, and you were like, nobody will get that. And I was like, I'm saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, nobody will. Nobody in the room will get it, but you were thinking big picture.
You got to think big picture. You got to do some Jim from the Office down the camera. Bits and bobs.
Big time. So the boys, I guess what they're doing down there in the tunnel.
Having fun, probably.
Having a great time. It's very fun to be in a catacomb, in a tunnel. I don't have ever been in a tunnel underground. You feel like you're a little woodland creature, you're a little mole, and that you're getting one over on everyone else. You know, it's like no one knows we're down here and we're scuttling around. It's good fun. You're like a little woodlouse. Just, it's a good time. Why are they doing it? Because if you've got access to secret tunnels and you don't have to sit in traffic, you're going to scuttle. They could have little scooters going down the tunnels, skateboarding down the tunnels.
This is why it's clearly anti-Semitism. Yeah. Elon Musk builds a tunnel in LA.
Hero.
Nobody questions. Hero, genius, what a good guy. Everybody likes him. But fucking Eli and Joseph in New York build a tunnel similarly to ease the traffic.
That's right. For just them, but, you know.
Yes, they were just solving their own trafficking issues.
Yeah. They saw a problem, they found a solution.
Exactly. Elon was solving car traffic, they were solving human traffic.
Whoa! Hey now!
Well, this is the rumor that they've got kids under there.
Whoa. Anytime you think tunnels, next thing you do think is there children involved?
Kids go in tunnels.
Yeah.
That's what happens. What are the best tunnels of all time? I like the
Pamela Anderson's vagina.
No, Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Okay. That's what came to my head. I'm just saying I'm acting on instinct. Did you ever see the porno with Pam Anderson?
I think I've seen a little bit of it, but there was one picture that I used to enjoy on Google Images.
You would turn it off, you coward. Because if you've seen a little bit, that means you saw it and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to see Pam Anderson getting piped. How good is your life that you're turning that off?
I think it was quite like low resolution. I like a quality. I like good camera angles and quality lenses and
just
high
like
def.
A porno that
4K.
Scorsese has. That like Joe Pesci is in there.
Yeah.
I'm funny how? Funny like a clown. But anyway, go on. Tunnels. You're talking about...
Do you know what freaks me out? See tunnels that go underwater?
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Well, what don't you get about it?
How'd you build it?
I mean, you've got me there.
How do they build tunnels? How did they build the Channel Tunnel? I don't understand.
Lad, I don't know
how... surely the water's there, and how do you get the water out? Have you ever been underwater?
Once or twice, yeah.
See, when you go like that, there's still water there. You can't move it. There's no gap for you to make a tunnel. I couldn't make a tunnel if I tried.
No, I'm big with it. But like, lad, you're talking to someone like, I look at that wall there and I'm like, I have no idea how they did that. Like, I'm so far beyond how they built tunnels underwater. I don't know how they did this couch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was IKEA. I built this couch, but I don't know how they built all the bits.
So this
I put this together.
This couch is from the Aberverse.
Yes, this couch is from the Appleverse.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, like, because I was thinking this the other day. I was like, I'm so glad that I was born when I was born. Because to be fair, we've all shown up when the vast majority of the work has been done.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like, it's just like pretty much everything's covered. I can't imagine anything like. There's nothing I need that doesn't exist already.
That's right.
Like maybe I can't afford it, or maybe it doesn't. Like I don't have it within my grasp, but it's out there.
Yeah.
Anything I could ever need, and probably most things I could ever want.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to conceptualize things. I'm trying to think of something that I want that doesn't exist at all. Teleport?
Head shrinker?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Something to...
Teleport. Invisibility.
Some kind of a deautisticator?
No.
No?
No.
That's kind of your secret power.
Yeah,
It is.
Autism's a superpower. This is what people say on the internet.
Well, this is the new thing.
Neurodivergence is the superpower. We're all Avengers.
Yeah. I have ADHD, people have told me, so sick.
Everybody wants ADHD.
Oh, and
it's a fucking racket.
Oh, man, I fucking got it apparently. I've that. I've AIDS. I've loads of stuff now.
ADHD.
ADHD. Yeah, baby.
It's the first documented case of ADHD.
It's where you have ADHD.
God, imagine the ADHD was an STD.
Oh. Is that like if your cock had low attention span? It's just shagging a vagina. It's like, bored.
I more meant that you could catch it from somebody.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Some guy, you take him back. He's like, oh, he's a bit of an erratic character. And then at the end of the night, he's like, oh, I should tell you something. I've got ADHD. And you're like, what? You don't even hear him because you're too distracted already. The symptoms have already started to go in.
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
What would be the worst thing to go mad if autism was sexually transmitted? I'm trying to think what's the worst thing you catch off bedding someone. I mean AIDS.
Yeah, or something that would like turn you into a fly. I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Fly.
I haven't.
One of the worst things that could happen to you, in my opinion, is if something turns you, if you start growing into a fly. Because it's like not only gross, but everyone hates flies, so everyone's going to hate you and try to kill you. But also think of like a human-sized fly. It's really disgusting.
You're big? You're a big fly?
Oh, yeah, you're big.
I thought you became a little fly, but you're like human-sized fly.
Yeah, like I'll put it to you this way. Like, I really like you, but if someone shagged you and you caught becoming a fly and you start growing into a fly, I could not do this podcast with you anymore, and I'd probably kill you.
If I was if I was a human-sized fly, you wouldn't have a chance of killing me.
Well, but what I'd probably do
I'd take to the sky. I'd be very strong as well. Flies are strong, aren't they? And they're devious. I think flies are devious. They're always there like...
I think they are absolutely like, yes. Well. Every time you see them, they're like, well. Look who it is.
They're up to something, flies.
You're making a sandwich, are you? Well, I'm going to land on it.
I don't trust them, you know what I mean? Oh, they're always scheming. Scheming flies.
They're scheming flies. They're like, what kind of a creature is attracted to shit? Do you know what I mean? Like, even like on a symbolic level, they stink. Like, they're just like, oh, there's a fresh piece of poo. Let me come over and, you know what I mean? Hey, what you up to, fly? What the fuck is going on in your head? Poo is like one of the things we're trying to avoid.
Boo, that's bad.
Boo poo.
Boo poo.
Boo poo. That sounds like kind of like some sort of a high-end fashion designer, doesn't it? Like just
Boo-poo?
like, yeah, Boo Poo.
The new range from Jimmy Choo.
Yeah, something like that.
Boo Poo from Jimmy Choo.
You put on the arse of like sweatpants. Boo Poo. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I got my new Boo Poo tracksuit. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Boopoo.com.
Boopoo.com. Big time, brother.
Boo Poo man.
But so what I'm saying is, but if you were becoming a fly, because think you're let your arms get all like those little fucking fly hairs on it. And you're like,
you're not far off.
No, lad, I could have got it. I could be becoming a fly.
You do have a flyish nature to you. And you're not attracted to shit.
No, I like it, man. And I was thinking, but like, to be fair, I grew up, and I have
caked in shit.
Absolutely everywhere.
I took a big step into some slurry over Christmas.
Did you?
Yeah. and I was laughed at by my girlfriend Jamali Maddox's family.
Yes.
They kept calling me city boy.
Yeah,
I was
country
angry
people
about
love that.
They loved. I feel so patronized when I'm like, I've been for a walk in a field before.
Yeah.
I just took a misstep.
Well, what country people like to do is
Very still slurry looks like you can walk on it. It looks hard and.
well, it would to the naive mind of a
See, now you're doing it.
of a city dweller, but of course to the trained mind of a country shitmaster, which I am, a master of shite. I would know so clearly that you cannot stand on that, you know? But what country people like to do is literally go up to you if you're a city person and like get a fresh piece of shit that's just come out of the arse of a cow and smack it in your face, and if you don't like that, be like, oh, the city fellow, really?
Yeah, notions.
He's a city dweller, is
He
he?
fucking thinks he's better than us.
Just
Doesn't want shit in his face.
Yeah.
Like some kind of. You fucking. I didn't realize the Queen was here.
Throw a cup of cow piss in his mouth. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, jeez, we have King Charles. King Charles is after entering, is he? Yeah.
Think you're too good for shit in the mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking city folks are all the same. All the same, I tells you. I'm sick of these with their fancy wares and you're just there covered in shit crying.
Oh, Louis the 14th is after arriving there. Just
doesn't know he's born, this one.
Because he doesn't like being attacked by a bull. A bull with horns has just fucking literally pierced his stomach. And you're like, here we fucking go. Marie Antoinette is after.
Get, you can see his fucking kidney just hanging out. And he's just like, oh, fuck's sake. He thinks he needs 2 kidneys, this fella. Fuck me.
Lad, have you heard about people stealing kidneys? Have you heard this crack?
No, I have been reading a book about, and one of the sections is about this book here. One of the sections is about Jesus cult, like one of the really intense, like evangelical. It's like I think it's called like the Jesus Church is like their denomination is like where the Jesus Christians.
That stinks as a name.
Yeah,
like that's just you've lost all imagination.
It's like that's all of the churches.
The Jesus Church. Like if I've ever heard of money laundering operation of all like so little care. What we call
Where are you going with all that money? Oh, it's for the church.
Jesus?
What church? The Jesus one.
The Jesus Church. Yes, absolutely, and. We say the words to God.
Yeah.
When you pray. Yes.
Yeah, that's the
we
one.
Pray.
We have these sessions and they kind of like we gather on a mass. Mass. Oh yeah. Yes. We go to mass. Yeah. That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. There's other religions out there. You know, you go down the street to the Muhammad Mosque.
Or the Buddha hut. Like what? I don't know. Listen, I have to go. I'll see you later.
But in it, this and it never really kicked off as a big cult following of evangelical Christianity because there's a pretty rough entry requirement. You have to renounce all possessions and belongings and all that stuff, which is classic. Give us your money type stuff. But also, everyone in the church has to donate a kidney to a stranger.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But which stranger?
People who need them. People who are like awaiting kidney transplants. And it used to be illegal in the UK to give your kidneys to like altruistic kidney donation.
Yeah.
Used to be illegal. But now it's okay as long as you can prove there's no coercion and no money changing hands.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you're a church, let's say you're trying to the Church of Jesus and you're trying to get people in, right? You're trying to reel people in, trying to get people in new church. We're going to try and make this as attractive as possible. If you put as a requirement organ harvesting, you're going to harvest one of my fucking organs. I have to give you part of my body. I dare say I'm not going to join that church and it's going to be hard to build up the numbers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was pretty low numbers. But then even the top dog donated a kidney. Because this was John Ronson's thing. He was going, I reckon the top dog's never going to give his kidney to anybody.
Yeah.
But then he tried to this is where it got a little bit nasty. So Ronson was there hanging out with them and getting to know them, and he went to these like seminars and sessions, and then you eventually just get like talked into it because there's so much like positives. It's just like classic cult stuff of like love bombing and then like criticism of certain things.
That fucking whore I had in Amsterdam could have done with a bit of love bombing.
Yeah.
She did the opposite.
Yeah. If only you'd had a cultish whore.
Oh yeah. She was the opposite of love bombing. Would that be a kind of an absence of love bombing? Hate bombing. There you go.
Tell you what, I hate bombing. Anyway, ceasefire now.
Now we demand it.
That'll solve it.
That's it done. Thank God we figured out that one.
Back in Vittorio's Guide to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Hey, cut it out.
Fuck up. Cop on. Fuck's sake.
Did you ever wise up? Fuck's sake.
Get a hold of yourselves. For fuck's sake. Less of it. Alright? Cut it out. That fucking bunch of jokers. Now.
Oh, fuck.
Have a little bit of manners. You ever hear of it? Don't be eating with your mouth open. Now.
And don't be bombing hospitals either. That's your 2 rules.
Fucking retrobates.
That's not a word.
Reprobate. Oh, fuck. Whatever. You've cut me out. I've been cut out being a dumb cunt about 7 times on this pod today. What?
I can't remember what I was saying. I must be able to.
No,
it was there. Ronson was there. Yes. And Ronson was saying, because there was this young fella, his name was Casey, and he was very nervous about giving the kidney, and the guy
was he mad?
This is the thing. And the cult leader kind of spoke to him and said, no, this is just part of it. This is really important. You're going to be okay. You're going to feel wonderful once it's happened. And then immediately after the surgery, Casey was like, I don't know if I should have done that. And he sat there with one kidney. He was like, I don't know if I've made the right decision. I feel like I was maybe coerced into it. Ronson puts this in this like Guardian article. And then the cult leader is like, go fuck yourself. Like anyone who goes in for any surgery feels shit afterwards. And now Casey's chuffed with his decision. He's really delighted, blah, blah, blah. He's still a member of the church. All this, that, and the other. You painted us in a really bad light, all this stuff.
So they're giving Ronson stick?
Yeah. And then...
Call Ronson a pedo?
No, but all right. And then Ronson was chatting to them and they were saying, well, look, if you... The cult leader guy was like, look, if you don't want... And they, like Ronson, like, because they just like emailed him, just like nasty, horrible stuff. And Ronson was like, fuck, because they were making a documentary and they like cancelled all the filming. And Channel 4 had spent like 40 grand on it, and Ronson was just there like, fuck.
Yeah, but like Ronson, you can't be going ratting him out on the newspaper and then turning up the film and the next week and be like, you all right, sound lads? And they're like, what the fuck?
But it wasn't that bad. He just like said that Casey seemed to have maybe regretted it as a decision. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
It wasn't a hit piece, you know what I mean?
He was being a snitch.
No. Stop siding with the cult leaders.
Snitch. I always side with the
You're so
cult.
desperate for validation that a cult leader you've never met has talked you into joining.
Do you know what? I had this Scientology guy once who told me that I had a rare awareness for my age, and he was like, he was literally trying to get me signed up for Scientology, and he was like, you've got something special, and I've never been more like just filled with like love and accept. Like I'm so susceptible to join the cult. It's unbelievable.
I think you will join Scientology.
I think honestly, when I see Tom Cruise jumping off the planes and hanging on to things the way he's doing, banger after movie, I'm thinking this seems to be a very good religion to me. Yeah,
it's really cool the way they kill people and stuff.
Well, yeah, but they kill people that are fucking, acting out, that are ratting people out in the press.
Yeah.
You gotta keep, people don't understand, you do have to keep a fucking tight ship.
Yeah, you gotta run a tight ship. Like, you gotta keep things in order.
If you're gonna let people live that are just pissing all over your fucking garden, right? Then what's gonna happen? You've got to, hey, that lad said Scientology's fucking dumb. Yeah, well, we're gonna see how dumb he is when the worms are eating him in the ground because he's dead now, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
And how's Scientology doing? It's flying it. even in the face of all this shit where everyone's like, oh, Scientology, so they're flying it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ronson, he's back.
Ronson's there. And the guy says, no more filming, go fuck yourself, blah, 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 blah. And Ronson's like, just so, like, affronted, like, so many emails, blah, 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 blah. And he's just like, he says, I can put an apology in the newspaper next week and I can, like, put an apology in the film or whatever. Like, it's just like, I think this is going to be a really interesting documentary if we could make it, blah, blah, blah.
Live at the apology.
And the guy goes,
that's not good. Did you see his face there?
That would be a funny show where it's just comedians who've been cancelled.
Live at the apology. And this week, Russell Brand.
He goes, I'm sorry.
Russell Brand.
They were fit.
Yeah.
You don't understand. They were fit.
Yeah. Louis C.K. I like wanking.
But they just come out and do one word each. They just come out and go, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Next, I'm sorry.
Harvey Weinstein. I'm not even a comedian.
With the sorry and the hello and the are we well and it's Cosby.
Yeah.
Woody Allen. I'm sorry.
She was my daughter, but also she was so hot.
They still have to come out from behind the big fucking thing.
Yeah, they have to come out into the
dry
smoke.
Ice. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you hear fucking Johnny got live at the apology? You're like, oh fuck, that's tough.
Yeah, the money's gone down though. You only have to pay 10 grand now. You'd have to pay to be part of it, to like clear your name on TV.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Live at the apology's great.
Yeah. And when I first said live at the apology, cracking bun, you were like that. And now you look stupid, don't you? You realise the error of your ways.
Listen, you planted a seed, I made it into a tree. Shut up.
You dirty cunt. Anyway.
But here's the thing. Cult leader plays his fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card now.
Uh-huh.
He goes, if you think I'm coercing people into donating organs who don't want their organs to be donated, how come I have your kidney? Ronson looks down, he's got a scar. No kidding, that's not one. But he goes, there's a woman in this, I think it's in Canada, who needs a kidney.
Yeah.
Like really, like is going to die in the next 3 or 4 months unless someone gives her a kidney. We have a fella in the church who's not sure. He's kind of on the fence about donating his kidney to her. I could talk him into it. I could probably work with him and have one-on-one sessions and get him to donate it in the next couple of weeks. But
Sick.
I'm not going to do it. She's going to die and her blood's on your head, John Ronson.
On your head?
Yeah.
Not even blood on hands. You went for a different...
I think he maybe said hands.
And
I think I
he
fucked
said
it up.
blood's on your head. You got a bloody head.
And he was just like, it's your fault that she's going to die.
Oh.
Which is fucking brutal.
And how did that hit Ronson? Did that tickle his whiskers?
Well, it snapped him out of it.
Oh.
Because he'd been to all these seminars, I think he'd gotten caught up in all the stuff. And he read a book about like, he got a book from his shelf that he'd read before of a guy he'd met about like, who was in a cult and like gives the like steps of like classic signs of a cult and how they get you into it. And he was like, yep. It was like 9 out of the 13 things that are classic like cult behavior. He was like, yep, I've been talked into a cult. Because it was so, he'd over-egged it. He'd gone, this woman's death is on your hands. And Ronson went, wait, this guy's insane.
Yeah.
This guy is like manipulating me. This guy's all, and then he just went, it really snapped him out of it actually. But that would be so bad.
Lad.
That's rough stuff, you know?
Listen to this, very rough stuff. Nasty stuff, cruel stuff that we're famous for investigating here on the pod. We're the, we're high priests of the nasty and the cruel.
You sit up
and
straight.
the exposing
Somebody
of the
made a
nasty and the
sketch
cruel.
that was basically about us recently. Did you see it?
No, but I have to tell you about this because when I brought up the kidney thing, I had I heard this from a friend of a friend. A lady, and this has been happening a bit now, went over to Turkey because she had small tit syndrome. So she went over to Turkey to get treatment.
I've heard of this.
And make the cure her small tit syndrome by getting big tit syndrome, and which is another affliction, but it's choose your poison.
It's cooler, yeah.
Yeah. So she goes over to Turkey and she says to the Turkish fellas, "How about you make my tits 3 times the size, and they said, absolutely, you give me some money, and by God, they'll be like a pair of fucking hot air balloons, and you'll float back to the British Isles, like Mary Poppins, Mary Boobins. So she goes in for it anyway, the tit job, blah blah blah. By God, the boys are as good as their word. She comes out and she's big swollen tits, and they have strapping all around her now. And she's not allowed to take it off for 2 weeks, just from here down. So they have everything fucking strapped up, and they say, when you take this off, you're going to have the shiniest, newest, bounciest pair of tits in all of Britain. And Katie Price will capitulate and melt when she sees yours, because she will realise she has become obsolete, and you're the new big tit queen of England. So the girl down is like, jeez, that's brilliant, thank you, Turkish men. She goes back to England. Anyway, she's not feeling great. But by God, as you said, when you go to surgery, that's expected.
Yep, you don't feel great after surgery. So she goes back. Anesthesia's a rough old trip.
That's right. So she goes back to England, and sure, she's not enjoying her avocados and toast in London the way she did, and Hackney seems to be a greyer place than it was. And she's like, Jesus, I don't know what's going on. So she goes into the doctor to see what's happening, and she says, Jesus, my fucking, I got these lovely new tits, but for whatever reason now, I'm not feeling great. So anyway, the doctor says, look, we're going to have to take off the taping and stuff. And she said, well, the Turkish fella said you have to leave it a while. He said, look, we're going to have to see what the crack is. Take off all the thing. Didn't the Turkish fella steal her kidney during the operation?
That's fucking crazy.
What in the Jesus?
That's fucking crazy.
Isn't that some nasty turn now?
Yeah, that's really evil stuff.
That is such a rotten thing to do.
I tell you what would be...
to a lady with small tit syndrome.
I tell you what would make it probably more evil, but more funny.
What?
Which is what I'm all about.
Yeah.
If they took her kidney but just used it as one of the implants.
What? That's not going to solve small tit syndrome. Kidneys aren't big enough. You just have kidney tits now. Weird kidney tits. No one wants kidney tits.
Wouldn't it be so funny if you got
How big do you think a kidney is?
Breast like that big?
Yeah. That's not going to... Yeah, but like... To what end? To what end are you putting her kidney in her tit?
This is why it's more evil, because they've stolen your kidneys, but not even for any use.
Yeah.
They've just gone, I got you.
Just to sell it.
Just to put...
Or just to put it in, just for...
They've just moved your kidneys to your tits.
Anarchy. Yeah. Chaos.
It'd be mad if they just kept them hooked up. Wouldn't that be crazy? If you could keep your kidneys hooked up and functioning, but they were just in your tits.
Yeah.
So you got a breast implant with all natural tit supplements.
Like that your tit is filled up with other body parts completely when you get new tits.
You got a kidney, put your tonsils in there.
You got an ear in there. You just look at a person like their whole body is missing things, and they're like, what the hell happened to you?
Big lumpy tits.
What happened to you? Got a great new pair of tits is what happened to me.
And they have no eyes.
Like... Their tits are just full of goodies. Like their tits can hear.
But what,
you know what I mean?
think, like, when you remove, if a woman needs her appendix removed, they should just be putting their tits. Is that wrong of me?
I'm just thinking of just like eyeballs where the nipples are. Just be insane.
Like Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
But they're just like...
But they're just reading...
Trying to look around the room.
Yeah. They're reading James Joyce's Ulysses just there. Just with their tits. What was I going to say to you, lad?
But all the removal, appendix, tonsils, one kidney.
Yeah.
What else can you get removed?
Jeez, you sure you could throw like a hip replacement? You could
one
put the
ball,
old hip. You could put the old hip in your tits, could you?
You could put the old hip in your tits.
Childbearing tits. Fuck me. Well, lad, then there was another girl that went to Thailand. Same thing. Small tit syndrome, or then sometimes it's apparent, like they'll have in their head they have small tit syndrome, but they really have fine tit syndrome. But they'll go over anyway, and sure, it's the beauty standards of today. It's not right or fair. We don't agree with it.
No, I think tits should be small.
The smaller, the better.
Or whatever you have, that's the best tits.
Yeah, I think I actually do.
Don't chop off your ears and put them in your tits, folks.
That's right.
That was just us goofing around a little bit.
Yeah, because I know a lot of you they say, well, the boys are after saying it, we're doing it. Because in our own way.
Just to clarify, that was a little fun goof from the boys.
That is not sanctioned by the Church of Jesus. So don't. But so this other girl goes over to Thailand, and she says,
I'm going to start a church where you have to donate one tit. Because you can't survive with no tits, so you just donate one.
Just donate one tit.
I
And just
heard
in the
about
church, just on the wall.
Tell you what would be worse
the church is
if,
just tits.
if you went to Turkey for a kidney transplant and they took one of your tits.
Oh, fuck. God, that'd be some rotter.
It was like, why?
Yeah.
Why have you done that? And they were like, nah, rules are rules.
Rules are rules. Sure, why anything?
It's the economy.
Why are we
We
here?
take your kidney, we take their kidney, put a tit on there, you have a tit over here. What do you think we got the tits for that lady whose kidney we took?
Yeah.
It's like at the end of that stupid story where the girlfriend goes in for a kidney transplant or a fucking heart transplant, and then the boyfriend wishes her luck, and then she wakes up and she goes, where is he? And the doctor goes, who do you think donated the heart? And the boyfriend's dead and doesn't have a heart anymore.
Whoa.
It'd be really funny if you went for your boob enlargement surgery in Turkey and then they took your kidney, but then it's just like, where do you think we got the tits from? And it's like they took someone else's fucking, I don't know. There's a joke there somewhere.
Somewhere.
I'm tired.
And if our brains were sharp, we'd fucking find it. It's up to ye to find it. Sometimes ye must comment
Put
the
it together
jokes
yourself, you stupid cunt.
and give it to us. So we give you the setups, punchlines in the comment section, please. We can't always do it all. So this
And
other
it
girl
turned
went,
out the doctor was his mother. You know that riddle?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Go on, you was him?
But the Thailand.
Thai tits?
This other girl went to Thailand, so she went further than Turkey. Maybe she heard about the kidney debacle. She'll go to Thailand, where all practices are so above board, it's unbelievable. So she goes over, gets tit job again. Small juicy tits, through the wonders of science, become big juicy tits, and she has the whole thing wrapped around. She comes back. The cunt's only after stealing her nipples. I swear to God.
Why?
Yes, because apparently over there is a big market for female nipples. Yeah, so they'll get sewn onto some ladyboys. Some lady
Like
boys.
bigger nipples for the lady boys.
Yeah, because lady boys, sure, they're plagued by small nipple syndrome. And
I could help them out. I have quite big nipples.
you big slammy Italian nipples. You
That's
pepperoni
not-
fucking
it's
pizza.
It's not the words I would have used or did use, but you really went off on a tangent there.
But I've used
I
them.
just big-ish.
Big
You strike me as a small-nippled man.
lad, I have some of the smallest nipples you'd ever see. They're barely there.
You'd be worth nothing in Thailand.
Like my nipples are technically more of an idea than an actual body part.
Yeah.
But look at them. But look, if I go like that, like they're little bullets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lad, speaking of body part, I got a massage yesterday.
How was that? I have mixed feelings on massages.
I will tell you
What
this.
kind? Is it like a relaxing? Is it a sports massage? What's going on?
No, we went in. It was like kind of a little...
Couples.
Huh? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, myself and Ramesh Ranganathan went in. And we went in. We were hoping to be able to cure his lazy eye. But we went in anyway for the couples
Just
massage.
massaging his eyes. Like,
Yeah.
fucking hell, mate. Got a house league of their own. And every other fucking TV show.
He does host every single TV
He
show.
was the weakest link. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. Like he hosts Live at the Apology and it's a fictional show. and
He's already booked. It's in his contract.
He already
Yeah.
got it. So we go in anyway, and then we decide, because we're going in, we're both getting the massages, and then there's a man and a girl massaging, and we decide we're going to go gender for gender, because I don't want a fella rubbing my woman up and down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, into it.
Sticking his hands, because women will get, she'll be aroused by that.
But also on this point, I think nothing there's this perception from like TV and movies that men, when we're getting a massage, want like a hot and sexy woman to be giving us the massage. There is nothing that makes a massage less relaxing than focusing on not getting a boner.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Fact.
Like if it's a hot sexy woman rubbing me, I'm like, there's just my brain, I'm tense.
Yeah.
I'm more tense when I leave than when I arrive, because I'm just like, no, don't let it happen. Don't let what may happen happen. Stop.
That's right.
The
Stop,
whole
nature.
time. The
Halt,
whole
nature.
time. And yeah, I just want either the ugliest woman you've ever seen in your whole life, or like a man with soft hands.
Like you want like a German, like a rotund German dominatrix named Gertrude who used to work in the boot factory.
Last time I got a massage was a big black guy called Steven.
Oh,
Muscular.
oh,
But soft hands.
nice.
That's what we want.
Gentle spirit. I had a black guy, medium sized, and let me tell you, he had the hands of Christ. Oh, he had me purring like a little cat.
Holes in them?
Huh?
Holes in them?
Holes in the hands. yeah, and a crown of thorns. He went full Jeezy crazy. No, but so he was lad, his hands, it was so fucking sensual. Now the thing is, in that room they were a very kind of sensual based massage place where they had the music of like this like calm meditating music. They had like a fake fire over here. They had McCoy's crisps, biscuits, anything you wanted. Oh, we were like the king and queen of France.
Wait, McCoy's crisps at a massage place?
Oh, sure, I know.
That feels wrong.
They spared no expense.
They're not a soothing crisp.
What?
They're not a soothing crisp.
But
McCoy's are very far down on my soothing crisp list.
But what it does is it soothes me to know there's a pack of McCoy's close by. Do you know what I mean?
No, they're too hard. They're too aggressive. The ridges aren't suited to a massage place.
You wouldn't have lasted in this massage place.
Here's what I would want in a massage place: vegetable crisps.
Okay,
that's more massage place.
What's a vegetable crisp? Is that crisp made of cauliflower?
No, I think more often it's like a beetroot or parsnip or turnip.
Right.
Or carrot.
And that's what you want.
Yeah, the Tyrrell's. Have you never had Tyrrell's vegetable crisps?
No,
they're
lad.
fucking class. People eat them because they think they're healthy, but they're way worse for you than normal crisps.
I'm pretty sure of it. I've never in my life been like, yeah, potato crisps are all right, but have they never tried it with a turnip?
They are fucking, mate, it's fucking class.
It's nice.
Give it a go on after you leave here today. Go to the shop and get some veg crisps. Although I've sent you on errands to shops recently that I asked you for a packet of beef jerky from the shop today, and you texted me going, "What's beef jerky? These guys don't know," which is one of the wildest texts I've ever received.
No, lad, one thing
do you want anything from the shop, Vittorio? Yeah, if you could get me a bag of beef jerky, that would be nice.
You didn't say beef jerky. You said just jerky.
Okay, even still. A bag of jerky.
Yeah, I don't know about jerky. I didn't grow up on jerky. I wasn't a jerky boy growing up. Meat, potatoes, vegetables, no physical affection. That was my diet. We didn't jerky. I says to the guy, I goes, because I went in, I said, right, this stupid thing to ask me for jerky. That sounds like some American bullshit, but I'll ask the guy. So he says, hey man.
Which shop is the one down the road?
The one just down here where I do all my shoppings.
Yeah.
Down below.
Yeah.
Where they're always on the phone to people back home. And so I says to him,
they don't have jerky.
I just said, lad, I said, Giovanni jerky. Any jerky lying around there? And then he just looks at me and he just goes, what?
He barely speaks English.
Huh?
Yesterday when I was in there, a homeless man was offering to teach him English instead of paying.
The homeless that came in with a curriculum.
Did you ever hear like a posh homeless man?
No.
It was quite funny. It was a guy who was clearly homeless, just buying like cans and like awful food and stuff. And he was just there like, the guy goes, £40 because he's getting like fucking spirits and all.
Yeah.
And then he goes, £40 exactly. And he goes, I'll do you 4 English lessons for £10 an hour. And he turns to me and goes, that's a bargain.
That's a bloody bargain. Even this youngster can smell a bargain.
You're insulting the man.
Yes, yeah.
Just like, instead of paying, I would like to remind you that you don't live here and you're not from here and you don't speak the language properly.
But luckily, I've got love in my heart and a kind disposition, and for 6 packs of fingers, I will teach you how to say, I want an egg. How about that, sir? So anyway, but when I said jerky to the guy, he
was perplexed.
He frowned and he went, and then I said, you know what? The fingers will do, Vittorio. They'll be fine. These jerky dreams, it's a pipe dream.
But in the middle of this, you texted me and said, what's jerky? The fella in the shop doesn't know.
Me and the fella were both there just standing for about 5 minutes just trying to, I don't know what jerky is. He's like, I don't know what jerky is either. And there was a sadness that fell between us and we felt inadequate. And then I said, sure, I'll ask the man himself. And sure, you didn't even know what jerky was the truth.
I do.
So you just said, just get me fucking...
Ready salted
crisps.
Which is a funny little phrase. It's kind of like anachronistic almost, because ready salted implies that like normally you'd have to add your own salt to crisps.
Right.
But that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Apart from salt and shake. Did you ever have salt and shake?
No.
I love the ceremony of a salt and shake bag of crisps. What it is
Do they give you your own salt?
So
Oh.
it's a bag of unseasoned crisps.
A naked crisp.
Potato, nothing.
Naked as the day was
Nothing on
born.
it. Yeah. And
His birthday
inside the
suit.
bag, there's a little sachet of salt.
Oh.
Open up the bag of crisps, open up the salt, pour it in,
Shake it.
give it a good shake, and you've seasoned your own
Oh,
crisps.
sure, that's nice. That's nice for a little
Good
autistic
stuff,
mind, isn't it?
I liked it. I liked the kind of flat pack crisps.
And then you can feel like you can feel like a chef.
Yeah, I did feel like a chef. I think, but then I think the first time I did it, I poured in the salt, and then I was like, and someone was telling me what to do. And this again, every time I recount a story from my childhood, I go, in hindsight, that does seem very autistic.
Yeah.
They were like, and just shake it, and I just went, and the crisps just went fucking everywhere. And they were like, hold it at the top, and I'm like, well, you didn't say that.
I love just put something. Just throw them everywhere.
Now,
And
what's
they're-
next?
Yeah, and now what? Well, you eat them off the ground like a dog now, Vittorio, because you've thrown them on the ground. You're down on all fours like. But so anyway, we're in getting the massage.
Yep.
And the McCoy crisps, the place, the ambience is beautiful, quite sensual. And then I get the man. I was a little bit nervous now because in my head, I was like, the man will hate this now. He wishes he got.
He wanted to be rubbing up.
He wanted to be rubbing up Ramesh Ranganathan over there and talking about League of Their Own, but now he's rubbing me up. But he was and he kept like he kept checking in on me. It was very 2024. He's just like, it was like he was shagging me. He's like, is everything okay? Is that all right?
Is it like
too
that
hard?
woman, the barber woman on TikTok?
Huh?
Who before she, you know, there's loads of barbers and hairdressers on TikTok.
Yeah.
Before she cuts their hair, she goes, "Do I have your consent to touch you? And what are your pronouns?" And I'm like a progressive guy, but when I see the start of those videos, I go, "Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Yeah.
Just fucking cut their hair, you stupid bitch!"
Yeah. So what I'd say is, no, you don't have my consent touch me. Now try getting around that and still cut my hair. Yeah.
Just from a distance, trying to.
Do you know what I'd say when I walk into the shop there, I've given the consent there. When I've walked into the barbers, that I've given you the consent to cut my hair, you fucking melter, you. Do you have your consent? You have my consent to fuck off and jump in the river over there and end your life. But so anyway, he was giving me these, and lad, I was like a little cat. I was like a little. That sounds like a pigeon, but I was purring, and then I had to hold back in. So then he was like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, he was such a considerate, like gentle lover, and I was like, and then I was like, oh man, I was like, it's amazing. And then he was kind of like, no, take it easy. And then, but every time he was touched, he'd hit in a little muscle, like
the knot.
And then, and I had to fight the urge to go nice. I just kept wanting to go nice, nice, because I've been saying nice a lot. And then he'd hit like a lovely little muscle. I'd be like nice, you know. But I was like, I better not do that.
Dace.
But then dace.
This is toxic masculinity and the massage. Women are like, oh, it feels so nice. You're like, class.
Yeah.
That's class.
Yeah. Sick.
Nice one.
Yurt.
Yes, bro.
Yes, boy. Fucking get in.
It's right, bro.
Yeah, that's right, bro. Bro.
That's us now.
Now we're sucking diesel.
Hey, you're cooking my gas.
But his hands, he had the hands like they were soaked in angel comfort ear. They're so soft. They're beautiful. And he was doing all this stuff. But sure, then he starts going, you know, he did start going close to my my bum, and I said, Jesus, where you're after getting you're lost here, old friend. I said, and he was coming down close. But so then he started doing this thing, right, where he would put his elbow on the kind of glute, and then he would kind of he would move it out.
Sore.
So, but what he was doing was he was tending to go like that on the arse cheek, and then he would move it gently with pressure to the left. But he was kind of spraying open my butt cheeks a little bit, and I felt very vulnerable.
This is where you get more tense again.
I felt very vulnerable, but I said, don't tense up, allow it to happen. We have a clit up our arse, of course, which we're all afraid of. But I said, don't do that. And then he did it, and I felt like I was just so, you know, he could have me if he wanted now. He has me, all ends up.
Just surrender.
I'm in his, my life is in his hands. And then, but he didn't. He chose not to abuse his power. And there's nothing sexier than that, I said. There's nothing sexier than a man who could have his wicked way with your bottom and decides not to out of decency. And I said, what a masseuse.
Sounds like Jordan Peterson talking. You have to become a monster and choose not to be one.
You have to become a licensed masseuse and splay open the bottom of your clients
but not sodomize them.
But not sodomize them. And you've got to bloody splay it open and it. Oh, he's not going to like it. That's for sure. But you've got to be capable of sodomizing all of your clients and choosing not to. And that's bloody. And that's power. And that's and that's what a woman wants. A woman wants, in his eyes, a psychopathic, dangerous criminal.
Just about keeping it under wraps. Be the man at your father's funeral.
Yeah.
That doesn't even show up.
It's not even there.
Just go to the pub.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, fun. That's an hour.
That's a fucking hour, lad.
I was about there. I think it was a good episode.
Okay.
Tour. We're
stuff.
about to go on tour. I'm really, but when this comes out, I will be like 1 week away from the start of the tour.
Oh.
I look forward to seeing you all there. The last preview by the time this goes out will be Top Secret Comedy Club at 6 p.m. on the 29th of January in London. So if you want to pop along to that. Also in London, if you don't want to just see a preview and you want to see the actual fucking thing, we've added a 7th show at Leicester Square Theatre on the 2nd of May. And it would be great if you could come along and watch that. Some places that definitely need plugging. Birmingham.
Oh,
Needs a bit of a fucking plug. You're being a bit fucking sluggish over there. You're Birmingham, you're Middlesbrough, you're Darwin, you're Exeter. Just need a little bit of fucking effort.
That's all we've done for Birmingham.
Exactly. If you ever know anyone in those places and you fancy sending them along, please do.
The Irish built that city.
That's fucking
rock
right.
And roll.
But I'm all over the UK, all over Ireland. It's about to kick off. I'm very excited. I've got very exciting support acts. I don't tend to announce support acts beforehand. I like it to be a wee surprise. But like, I've got all sorts of different people doing a bunch of
Carrot
shows.
Top.
Cosby.
The Corpse of Don Rickles.
Russell Brand.
That's right.
All the fucking boys. So get involved. I just get a cancelled person to come on and apologise before my set on all the tour shows. It's a good laugh. And here to say sorry is Louis C.K. There we go. Please do come along to the tour. Thanks.
He's got Ghislaine Maxwell on. It's a stacked lineup. MikeRiceComedy.com. All my tour dates, Hull, Birmingham, Newryport Rush, and Omagh. You really have to buy some tickets. It was probably silly of me to put on shows.
No,
there.
we've got it. No,
But-
we can sort that out.
hopefully,
that'll be
if
fun.
any of you listen, buy tickets for them. Other than that, anywhere you are in the UK, MikeRiceComedy.com. This show is cooking. People are being called pedos. It's going to be the greatest show that ever was. Vittorio show is
It's
also
like the
class.
Epstein flight list on the road.
On the road. Absolutely. I have a fella pretending to be Stephen Hawkins. His name is me. And it's going to be a good one. Join us on Patreon. We have a second hour. I've got stuff to talk to you about, actually, that I didn't actually get to this documentary. I saw it was so funny.
Well, somebody made a sketch about us, which I need to show you.
Whoa.
And we'll talk about that.
No.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is it insulting? It is, isn't it?
Somewhat, yeah.
Oh.
It's funny. I think it's funny, but
No,
it is.
because it's definitely more insulting to me because he's...
It's not.
Is it not?
This is both of us. Don't worry.
Sick.
It's good.
I watched this thing about Preda Willis syndrome. Did you ever hear that?
Is that woman with the monobrow?
I don't think that's. I've got a monobrow. I just shave it. I don't think that's the syndrome.
Frida Kahlo is who I'm thinking of.
Preda Willis. No, sort of these guys. People can't stop eating. And
Stop. Let's find out on the Patreon.
We love you.
Patreon.com/parenting is cheap as fuck and you're an idiot. Bye.
Bye.